identify whether it is a quadratic equation or not, others, right? So it is
Yes,
saying,
yes.
that it identify whether it is a quadratic equation or not. That's what the question is saying. So what do we do? I'm going to give you this equation and you have to
Yeah.
simplify and tell me that you know whether it is a quadratic equation or not. So how would
Okay.
that be? Yeah. So it
Hmm.
says 2x plus 1 into 3x plus 2, you know, is equals to 6x minus 1 into x minus 1. And the question is that, you have to check whether
Yeah.
it is a quadratic equation or not. It is a
Hmm.
quadratic equation or not.
Yes.
So if it is a quadratic equation or not, how do you think I will be doing it? Just see. So it's better to just multiply it, and we know the highest power is basically the highest power should be 2 for something to be a quadratic equation. So I'm going to multiply it and I'm going to say 2x times the bracket, the 3x
Yes.
plus 2 bracket,
Hmm.
plus 1 times the 3x plus 2 bracket. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what do you think I will have? So this 2x times 3x will give me 6x square, because
Yeah.
2 times 3 is 6 and x times x shall be x square.
Yeah.
And then I will have 2 times 2 shall be 4x. And
Yes.
then I will have 1 times 3 shall be 3x and 1 times 2 shall be 2, equals to 6 times. Now multiply the brackets inside. So x times x minus 2 minus 1 times x minus 2.
Yeah.
So 6x square plus 7x plus 2 shall be equals to what? 6 into x times x shall be x square
Hmm.
minus 2x minus 1 into x is minus x, and minus minus becomes plus 2. So we have 6x squared plus 7x plus 2 equals to 6 times x squared minus 3x plus 2. So we would have 6
Okay.
times x squared, and it shall be 6 times x squared plus 7x plus 2 equals to 6x squared minus 18x plus 12, because I'm going to multiply 6 inside with all of them. And now I will
Yes.
bring every term on left hand side. Every term on left hand side. I will transpose every term on left hand side. So their signs would change. So it is going to become 6x squared plus 7x plus 2 minus 7x squared minus 6x squared plus 18x minus 12 equals to 0. To happen. This 6x squared cancels 6x squared, and 7x plus 18x becomes 25x plus 2 minus 12 shall become minus 10, should be 0. So now the final equation that I have come across, the final equation that is being formed, what do you see here? Do you see a term? You don't see a term here with x square. The variable is x, no doubt about it. You understand? The
Yes.
variable is x. But the variable
Hmm.
x here has a power of 1. So
Hmm.
it is a finally, which seems to be a quadratic equation, it ultimately turns out to be a linear equation. Do you understand my point? So I will say that this is
Yeah.
not a quadratic equation. You understand my point? This
Hmm.
is not a quadratic equation. Understood or not?
Understood.
Right? Okay. So copy this
Yes.
down. All right. So the next equation that you have to check, that whether it is a quadratic equation or not, is x plus 1 over x equals to x cube. This is what you are supposed to check to know that whether it is a quadratic equation or not. So how do you think you will be able to? Sorry, it is x square. So
Hmm.
let's take an LCM on the other side. So we have a denominator 1. When we have the denominator 1 right here, so I will take the LCM into x into x. So it shall
Hmm.
be x into x shall be x square plus 1 over x is equals to x square. Yes.
Yeah.
And this x has to, because in an equation there should not be any denominator. So this x and
Hmm.
we go multiply here. So x square plus 1 is going to be x cube. And it shall be x cube minus x square minus 1 shall be 0. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this shall be x cube minus x square minus 1 equals to 0. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
Right? So this is the highest power here I can see is cube. And when the highest power I can see here is 3, definitely it is not a quadratic equation. Definitely it is not
Hmm.
a quadratic equation. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
Right, so no. Now the next question that you have checked, that you know whether it is a quadratic equation or not. So it's like you're just supposed to simplify it. Like for example, if I have 16x squared minus 3 equals to 2x plus 5 into 5x minus 3, isn't it? So this is the
Yes.
equation we have. And we have to check that, finally, after solving, after simplifying it, is it a quadratic equation or not? So how do we
Hmm.
sort of do this? So we keep my LHS. This is my LHS, which is 16x square minus 3 and equals to, I'll multiply the right hand side. So I will have 2x getting multiplied to the entire bracket, 5x minus 3, and plus 5, this plus 5 getting multiplied again to the entire bracket like this. So I will have
Yes.
16x square minus 3 equals to 2x times 5x. So 2 times 5, 10 x square minus
Hmm.
6x plus 5 times 5 shall be 25x and 5 times 3
Hmm.
shall be minus 15. So I will
Hmm.
have 10x square, and this is going to be minus 6x plus 25x, so that shall be 19x minus 15, and that shall be 16x square minus 3. So when you
Yes.
bring this right here, it is going to become 16x square minus 10x square minus 19x, because I'm going to bring 19 also on the left hand side, and minus
Yes.
3 plus 15 shall be 0. So what do you think I will have? I will have 6x square and minus 19x and plus 12 equals to 0, because minus 3 and plus 15, so the bigger number shall be my answer. Are you understanding? And
Hmm.
this is my final simplified answer, where definitely the highest power of the variable is 2. So therefore it is a quadratic equation. It is a quadratic equation. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
how we get to know the answer. Any doubts in this? Yes or no? Now the next question that we have to check again, that whether it is a quadratic equation or not, is x plus 2 whole cube equals to x cube minus 4. That's the question. So how do we
Yeah.
actually check it out, that whether it is a quadratic equation or not? So we have here a very new thing for you, which is a cube. Cube is actually not new to you, you know that. But cube means, like for example, if I say 2 cube. So 2 cube shall be 2 times 2 times 2. That means multiplying the same number to itself 3 times. Multiplying the same number to itself 3 times. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So when I have 2 cube, what does that mean? That means you're multiplying 2 times 2 times 2. Similarly, when I have x plus 2 whole cube, that means x plus 2 into x plus 2 into x plus 2. That's the basic meaning.
Hmm.
So when I
Yeah.
multiply, let me calculate. So there is a certain method of applying the identity as well. If you're not aware of the
Yes.
identity, we can do that. Are you aware of the identity? So we're going to elaborate the a plus b whole cube identity. So we will have a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b, isn't it? So
Yes.
we will have x cube plus 2 cube plus 3 times x times 2, 3ab, into x plus 2. And here it is,
Yes.
on the right hand side, we have the x cube minus 4.
Hmm.
So if I elaborate the red side, the yellow side, it is x cube. 2 cube is 8. 2 times 2 times 2. That
Yeah.
shall be 8. Plus 3 times 2, 6x into x plus 2. And here it shall be
Yes.
x cube minus 4. So we will
Hmm.
have x cube plus 8, and 6x times x shall be 6x square, plus 6x times 2 shall be 12x. And it shall be x cube minus 4. So
Okay.
x cube, so bring down everything on the left hand side, because for now it seems to be a cubic equation because the power is coming out to be 3. But we have to be sure and we have to make 0 on one side. So I will have x cube plus 8 plus 6x square plus 12x minus x cube plus 4. You understand?
Yeah.
So x cube
Yes.
cancels x cube. So you have 6x square plus 12x plus 12 equals to
Hmm.
0. And when I make a 0 on the other side, I see that, every x cube term, the power 3 term, has been cancelled out. You understand?
Yes.
And when this particular term has been cancelled out, what does that mean? What does that mean? You tell me. When x cube is being cancelled out by x cube, so you have 6x square plus 12x plus 12 equals to 0. So final biggest power is 2, isn't it? And when the biggest
Yes.
power is of 2, that means it is a quadratic equation.
Hmm.
You understand my point? It is a quadratic equation.
Okay.
That's how we check whether a given equation is a quadratic equation or not. So that is the first part of any question. If you're given a question, you should know to identify that, whether it is a quadratic equation or not. You understand?
Hmm. Hmm.
Next, last question.
Hmm.
So, for example, if I have this, so the question that you have to check here, whether it is a quadratic equation or not, is x into x plus 1 plus 8
Hmm.
plus 8 shall be x plus 2 into x minus 2.
Yes.
So, what are we supposed to do? Just tell me. So, we have x times x would be x square, x times 1 shall be x plus 8 equals to
Hmm.
x times x shall be x square, x times 2 should be minus 2x, 2 times x shall be plus 2x, and 2 times 2 shall be minus 4 because plus into minus, right?
Hmm.
So, this is it. Now you solve it out. So, what you get? Bring down everything on one side. So, x square plus x plus 8 minus x square. 2x and minus 2x cancels right here itself. Yeah, here itself they cancel out. So all I'm left with minus 4 and it comes here, and it is going to become plus 4 shall be 0. So I will have x square cancelling out x square, and I will have x plus 12 equals to 0. Are you understanding my point?
Hmm.
You understand the point? So we
Hmm.
have x plus 12 equals to 0. And here the highest power of x is 1. So the equation, which was actually, in the starting was looking like a quadratic equation, I hope you're understanding that this is not a quadratic equation. You understand? It is
Yes.
not a quadratic equation. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
So this is not a quadratic equation. This is not a quadratic equation. So that's how
Hmm.
we sort of check and understand that this is not a quadratic equation. So the very first type of questions that come across is identifying and finding out whether a given equation is a quadratic equation or not. You understand? Okay. Second type of question that come across is that whether you can solve this equation or not. And the third type is like solving the equation. How to solve the equation? We have already done that by the quadratic formula. So the third type I did with you the very first day. Yes or no?